let's see how we set up for the dragonwave sails. So we had all these 2324 Saragons that were in the back left corner. What I did over here is I took out all the CX12 MDM DM 5Fs and the 311s, and I basically just lined them up there and over against the wall here. Kind of came in. There's a couple things like the DAP heads are back there, but they've always been buried. We have plenty of DAP heads down in Suite 100. The sound speed, the widebands, there's only 3 skids there, and then behind that you have the BBU Motwaps. But we had so many of those 2324 Saragons, I had to start filling in lines. So I placarded the ends of stuff so we could see what's all there. Consolidated 311s, so they go all the way down. This stuff's all been the same. So I started pulling, here's our inbound. As I told you, it's pretty much empty. All I took out here is our 1130s, which is part of the sail. Those are our 2412s, 2812s is part of the sails, and that's got to go over to use. It just has to be transacted and moved. So as you can see, I have plenty of inbound room still. Didn't really utilize it, just trying to use the space here. This whole row, these 2 rows, is something that's going to get moved also. So this will be basically like a swap out. So whatever I'm going to pull out is what I'm going to end up putting in there. So I didn't try to do any swaps. What I tried to do today is just fill in areas. As you can see, I could still fill a line there if I wanted to. But right now, as you see when we move over to the section where we're going to put everything, everything's pretty much, you know, what the item is that's going to be there. Just quantities need to be adjusted. So this is all the same here. All this area right here at 1124s. So we got 1, 2, 3 rows, which are pretty much going to go over to the corner. But once again, it's a swap out, so I'm not going to move it. So what I did is I consolidated all the 2330s, so they're all in one section now instead of 5 different sections with pieces separating them. These are the last of our 2324 Saragons that got moved over. And then moved over our RDL Ant 24s. And then over in the second to last row, third to last row, and behind these jumpers are the rest of our 1130s. So that's part of a project that's just going to have to get dug out. Use my brain a little bit. Created myself a hole so I could drive right through. So pretty much all this product here is all the stuff that we just have to go through, get our quantities right, and fill in our space, including these 2312. So as I was saying, it's just going to be a swap out. Everything here is part of the dragonwave sails. Just a matter of adjusting quantities to get the right amounts in here. And here's my gap. Not bad for a day's work, huh? We got all this, and I figure if we come around here, probably take about half of those. But starting from the wall, that's where I want to put those 1848s, 1148s, and just really get everything in there. Get all the crates first, and then we'll start lining up boxes, which are a lot easier to get to. But as you can see, all the stuff that I moved, I still have this whole wall area to like put stuff, store stuff. So basically today was just filling in gaps. So this is something that I was going to do, but I didn't really need it right now. But I was going to go and triple stack these, so that way I get another row. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, everything's pretty much consolidated. I like to get these 4 skids out of here at some point, but not a big deal. So our 311s, I showed you the big pile. This next row is our only other 311s up here. Consolidated these, so that way they're in 2 different sections on 2 different sides of the warehouse. They're all together now. So what I did was here was 1136s. Those 2 rows are what we're moving. This one last row that I barely had room is the quantity that stays behind. All right, so that's pretty much it. Everything else is pretty much set. I'm going to have to do some garbage here in a sec. But as you can see, I still have plenty of room to play, a lot of room to grab stuff, start getting stuff staged and put in. After we get all the dragonwave stuff in, then we'll start creating a section for used. And then after that, we should be pretty good. As you can see, I did a little work today. I'm not that lazy.